Hi, I'm Habiba, and this is my Pavilion project. So I wanted to start off my presentation with my concept diagram. The artist I chose at the beginning of the project was Claude Monet, and I was particularly inspired by his Water Lily series. So I wanted to use this pavilion not only as a place to house or showcase the artwork itself, but also to develop an experience of what it would actually be like to walk beneath the water lilies, and have the place kind of stand as a study of lighting and nature as well. So in order for me to make lighting the subject of my pavilion, just as Monet did with his paintings, I decided to use my sketch model to experiment with the element of the pavilion which I thought had the most potential to accentuate the ability of natural lighting, which I thought was the roof. And this is why I kind of began experimenting with different heights and sizes as well as the shapes of the actual lily pads that I wanted to use to develop the roof, as well as I had a particular interest in the gaps that arise between the lily pads and the shadows that are generated as a result. This is my site plan, and the main features I wanted to highlight with this is the pavilion placement, obviously, and the kind of organic structure I was going for, which is also kind of why it wraps around the trees and it kind of follows the park path itself. And I did this deliberately so that it would not feel constrained or artificially ordered. I wanted it to feel like people would still walk that way even if the pavilion didn't exist in that specific spot. Another thing is that I wanted park visitors to be able to enter the pavilion like from anywhere they enter the park from, if that makes sense. So from any direction there would be access to the pavilion. This is my plan, and I just want to point out that the bolded colored hexagons are the ones that represent the floor tiles that were shown earlier in the sketch model, and as well as that I tried to keep the columns kind of focused around the perimeter of the structure rather than in central areas, so that central areas would kind of form a pathway for visitors. This is my front elevation as well as my right elevation, and then this is my pavilion section, which is where I think the colored floor tiles that display the artwork are shown best. This is my render on site, after obviously all the size variations in the little roof structures were made. I made sure to leave out some gaps on purpose just to experiment better with the shadows, as well as the column heights, which I mentioned before. And this is my final model. And yep, that's my pavilion project.